All right, so welcome back, folks. So we are going to continue our world tour. If you remember last time, we landed on this western edge of the Namib Desert. It was a pretty cool flight over. Go ahead and check out the last world tour video if you want to kind of see some scenery there. And our next stop, our next major stop is going to be in Cape Town. However, along the way, we're going to make a layover. Well, not a layover. We're going to stop over at Alexander Bay for a while, take the family there. This is on the very extreme northwestern edge of South Africa, so we'll be crossing back into South Africa again. And as you can see, the town Alexander Bay is a fairly small town here. Might be some interesting scenery and some nature that we can see in the area. We're actually going to be landing at Alexander Bay Airport, which is a little bit northeast of the city there. So that is our general plan, and then we'll continue down to Cape Town, as I said. Along the way, I've plotted some courses just to keep us maybe over some interesting geography or some areas of interest with nature that we can make our way down there. So it'll be kind of cool. We'll have a little bit of a desert flight for a while, and then scenery might change a little bit as we head into Alexander Bay. But let's see. And I guess just for information purposes, let's check out a couple things that we normally do before we get ready for our flight. All right, so as I said, this is our general course. As you can see, I plotted a couple waypoints along the way, whether they're over airports or specific custom points that I've plotted over just due to my own interest. We have about a little under 300 nautical miles to get to Alexander Bay. The weather looks nice, except for it is quite breezy right now. We got gusts pushing us up into 37 miles an hour, so that might be a factor as we approach the airport. Right now, we're scheduled to land on runway 11, and coming in from the west, this is going to be a full VFR flight, so no ATC guidance or instrumentation usage and landing. So this will be full VFR, and we might have to change plans here depending on the wind. But nonetheless, right now, this seems to be a good plan for the flight. And this is my standard flight plan on the nav log. However, we're going to be flying quite low below these altitudes. We'll probably be hanging around maybe even only a few thousand feet, as we'll be taking mostly a coastal route to our destination. So there we go, and let's jump back in the cockpit and we'll get going. All right, so back in the cockpit, we are pretty much ready to go. Let's just check a few things. Flaps down. Let's get our engine mix on rich. Prop is all set, and we're going to go ahead and, as usual, just at least get us on our heading bug straight out. And as I said, we're going to go ahead and probably stay fairly low here, maybe even do a little bit of hand flying over some areas of interest. However, let's maybe get up to about 2,500, 3,000 feet. We'll see. All right. So I think we are ready to rock, folks. All right, well, let's get in the air. As usual, these turboprops don't like to run 100%, especially depending on the pressure and atmosphere. So kick that down a little bit. Let's get our flaps up. As you can see, we were not far from the coast at all. And I'm going to go ahead and let's get us on nav mode, which will get us on course to...
Center Cessna Juliet November, Tree 16 is type Cessna Caravan, 2 miles south of Foxtrot Yankee Mike Bravo, 600 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Juliet November, Tree 16 Windhoek Center. Squawk 7716.
Squawk 7716 Cessna, Tree 16.
Cessna Tree 16 radar contact, 3 miles south of Foxtrot Yankee Mike Bravo, 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29.904.
Roger Cessna, Tree 16.
All right, that pressure was at 29.904. So tweak that a little bit. So as you can see, let's see if I can get you... there, okay, so there's a map. So we're going to be heading over a little bit of this water, but pretty much taking a coastal route the whole way. As I said, I might hand fly a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna keep us at about 2,000 feet, just because I really enjoy the views, and we're already there anyways. So this thing will hold us about where we're at right now, about 2,100. So yeah, let's get our mix back. Feather our prop a little bit. Even back down on that. All right, so not sure what we're going to see this particular trip, but enjoy the views for a little bit. Let's go outside for a second. So this again is the Namib Desert. These rolling sand hills, almost like oceans of sand, were pretty fascinating. You saw that from our last video. If you didn't, go ahead and take a peek. So yeah, we're going to continue our course, and then we'll tune back in as we get a little closer. All right. So for you, it was a sudden change of scenery. I decided to get a little bit lower and get a better view of these coastal desert areas right over the ocean here. Really fascinating. Really fascinating. Just these sand cliffs almost, if you will. I don't know if they are, but it's really neat. Let me see if I can get us on a heading. Their autopilot here. Check that out. Really cool. Look at that. Here we did jump a little bit up above the coast, or further down I should say, continuing to have these really cool views. Hard to get this perspective when you just jump in a jumbo jet, just fly from place to place. Really cool. So we'll just continue taking this path and enjoying the views. And I'll bring you in when I want to share something. Here again, here's those rolling sand seas of this desert, right? So characteristic of this area. Really cool. Just making our way down south. Thought I would let you silently enjoy some of these views for a little bit. So as we were flying, I see a bunch of these POIs show up on my map here. So I just thought I'd take a bit of a flyover here. It's like a little town here along the coast. Maybe some well, let's go outside. It's like a port town. Nautilus extension. Assuming some of these are city names. Nautilus. Decent amount of population here. As I said, I see some shipping docks and everything over there too. So we'll have to maybe Google a little bit about that. Get some information. Pretty cool. Sort of stood out because for miles there was nothing but sand. The coastline and water, and all of a sudden get a little pop of civilization again here. Really cool. All right, well, let's get back on course. All right, so little flight break here while the autopilot's going. Calling up our satellite phone here. Anyways, so this region we just passed. This was another town that popped up on the POI, the point of interest, as we were flying. So this helped me locate it more. The southern region of Namib, which is of course what we're driving through. It lies one of the least hospitable coasts in Africa. It is a port developed around Robert Harbor and Shark Island. So as we were flying through, we kind of saw this island and this peninsula as we were kind of flying over. However, yeah, so let's look up Shark Island here. I said it was a port city, or looked like it was an interesting port city. Well, not so bright of a history. So Shark Island is a small peninsula adjacent to the coastal city here. It's about 40 hectares, and it became a peninsula. However, if you start looking here, it actually was horrifically a concentration camp. The island was the site of Shark Island Death Camp. It's terrible. It was Namibia's first large-scale death camp. Close to 1,800 prisoners arrived. And according to the all-knowing Wikipedia, assuming this is true or not, but Shark Island has been called the blueprint for what the Nazis did later. Just about putting them to a remote location, experiments, and working them to death. So that was pretty gruesome. Obviously, history, not necessarily right now, but yeah, I guess that's just the things you learn. So maybe I'll look into this a little bit more myself to see and understand this bit of history. So I just thought I would share, as dark as it was, it is history, and I just thought I'd let you know what we just flew over. Kind of surreal. All right. So we are nearing our destination. I noticed on the maps that we had these. Wasn't really sure what this was. Looks like it was pools of water. Couldn't quite tell if they were actually water reservoirs or just the way the shoreline is, how they naturally collect into pools. But thought it was pretty cool as we go along the way here. As I said, the destination's not too much further down coast here. Be heading due south almost, and then I'm going ahead and making our turn east for landing. So we'll look for a few more minutes, and then I'll go ahead and bring us back when we're closer to landing. Alright, so we are a few minutes outside our destination. I'm going to go ahead and get us into a steady glide slope. We'll adjust as needed. Propeller at full RPM. Mix is on into full rich for landing, and looks like the GPS might be a little bit off here. It's runway 11 is a bit over here. Get our flaps in position. Trim down a bit. Sorry, folks. So that heads-up display is at the center of the airport. So let's adjust course here a little bit.
Tower Cessna Juliet, November, tree 16, 2 miles west, 600 feet to land.
Cessna Juliet, November, tree 16 tower. Altimeter 29er tree, wind 095 at 15. Make straight in runway 11. 316, go around. Cessna 316, please acknowledge.
So my my controls, folks, are going a little bit wonky here.
Cessna 316, you are not cleared to land. Clear
Whoa.
the runway.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I went to yeah, my
Cessna
throttle's all
316,
jacked
you are
up.
not cleared to land.
Whoa.
Clear the runway.
Do not know what's going on with my throttle here, folks. My plane needs some maintenance. We'll have to.
Cessna 316, ATC services terminated.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I pulled off the runway here. I don't know what's going on with my throttle, so I'm gonna go ahead and taxi. It's like I might need to get. Wow. All right, folks. We're gonna be going through the brush here, and I don't know what's happening to my controls, but we're on the ground. And come on, stop. All right. All right. Nobody's coming. Yeah, this is a bit bizarre, folks. Good grief. Stop. Stop. Wow. All right, so I don't know what happened there. We had to go around, but I was navigating as my controls were starting to lock up on me, so I just decided to go ahead with my landing, and I will communicate with the tower why I ignored their go around, and figuring out what's going on with my throttle here. It's a bit uncontrollable right now, so let me shut this thing off, and we'll go service the aircraft and go through a full flight inspection and aircraft inspection and get back at it. So, well, anyways, that was unexpected, but thanks very much for coming along with us on the journey, and maybe our landing will be a little bit less stressful next time. All right, thanks everybody. We'll talk soon.